All right. Well, I wanted to put out another video, another drawing video or video of some kind. This is it. I figured, it's good to start drawing something. And when I don't know what to draw, I think the best thing is to draw what you like to draw. And I visually, in my head, I visually came up with something, a scene from a short story I did with Rage, where he takes on a Celtic beast, kind of like their version of Ireland's version of Bigfoot, I guess. And it's not a drawn story, at least not yet. I wrote it and I put it on my short stories page on Facebook. But so I thought of a scene from that, and this is one of the scenes where Rage confronts, I think it's called Fomorian. I don't know if I said that right, but so he comes face to face and it towers him. It's a huge, beastly kind of man, and Rage comes in at about roughly about 8 feet. He's tall, but he's not not super as tall as this thing is. This thing's probably easily about 10 to 12 feet. But he has the courage, he has the training, he has his rage. And he is confident that he can at least stand up to this creature whom he's been tasked to deal with due to it holding a farmer's daughter hostage. And he comes to find out more about the situation, which I'm not going to spoil, but you can check it out on my Facebook page, Short Stories. Maybe I'll throw a link up. I'll see if I can find it. Side profile shots. There's the eye there and the cheek. And I gave this thing a big jaw, big chin. And was tempted to give it sideburns, decided to give it kind of a devil beard and horns. Ideally, it's supposed to have white fur all over its body. So it's kind of like, I guess, the Marvel Comics Wendigo in a way, where it's all white, but has horns and a kind of a double beard, pointed double beard. And I like to do this thing with the teeth sometimes, bring up the teeth a bit. It's a bit cartoony, bringing it up at an angle, pretty close to the nose there too, and give him big, pointed, bushy eyebrows. And to set up the scene of this a confrontation, because when you draw one of your favorite characters or whatever it is you like to draw, if it's a humanoid, you want to come up, okay, well, what are they doing? What are they thinking? You don't want to just to draw a static, there's this thing or person looking at you. What is it? I want to get the emotion behind its eyes. What is it thinking? What is he or she thinking? I don't want to just draw a static creature or character. I want it to kind of be in the middle of something, fighting something, thinking something, something that's not boring. And I'm still on the fence of whether I'm going to draw this story or not. Because it took me so long to write the short story. I like it. It's kind of neat. But to draw it, it's a whole nother thing. I think it might go down and just the stories that of Rage that I don't draw. I might actually do an audiobook of it. That would be pretty cool. But some of the sketches once I'm finished with this sketch, I'm going to put it up and on my short stories page. And yeah, I wanted to put some trees in the background. Rage ends up going through, he travels through this kind of this forest, and he kind of travels and he kind of enters into another kind of world, I guess, like a Feywild in a sense, where there's more of these things that are kind of living. I don't know if there's a whole bunch of them living together. There might have been at one point. But yeah, Rage gets beat up pretty good, but he uses his cunning tact and wit to overcome and leverage the situation. And this is where my anatomy comes into play here. I don't expect you guys to get to this anatomy. Not that my anatomy is great by any means. Anatomy always needs work. It always does. There's just no getting around it. It's always something good to always come back and practice and get better at. Pick up some anatomy books. I'm doing a little course on dynamic anatomy over on my 10-second cartooning page. But I'm not actually drawing right now. I did this video in a library, and I didn't want to talk while I was in the library. I didn't want to be rude, so I'm doing a voiceover track right now. And I fooled you, didn't I? But yeah, it's good. Now notice, I'm not really committing too much. I'm keeping things light. Here and there, there's some things that through experience, like I know I'm going to commit to. So I'll add a little bit more pressure on the pencil here and there. But yeah, the Fomorian is not wearing anything, but it's all covered in white hair, and more longer white hair to to cover its private parts. But yeah, I wanted to get into I wanted to research some Celtic monsters, and the Fomorian is a kind of I think a giant in a way, kind of, sort of. And yeah, I gave it kind of a pointy nose and all that. For further Rage adventures, I'm going to have him kind of cross paths of some other monsters that I discover, possibly in Celtic folklore. Since Rage in the Emerald Isle is the name of the short story. I don't know my next story where I don't think he's going to be in there again. The next story, I think he's just kind of passing through. But right now, Rage is just he's kind of a wandering Ronin. He's kind of a lost soldier that he's missing. He doesn't have a war to fight anymore, nor does he have a life or a wife to get back to, since his wife Sahara was killed during wartime. And yeah, I'm gonna eventually flesh out Rage's backstory, but I got a kind of a loose backstory there. I'm gonna flesh it out, probably make a prequel comic on him, but yeah, maybe I'll throw some links where you can check out the comic if you want. You can get it at indieplanet.com. The first one's like 99 cents, but I'm gonna hold off on that until I get the cover. I have the wrong cover for that one on at the store. So once I get the right cover up, I'll probably drop the link in, and then you can go check it out, because I'd rather you not buy it right now because it's got the incorrect cover, but everything else is good so far. Rage number 4 is coming out very soon, probably within the month. We're in August 2021. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I plan on doing some more. I want to get it down to where I'm doing a video weekly, something that's a little bit more interesting. I don't mean to be boring you guys with my my writing, my coming up with short stories and all that. But trying not to lose my audience here. I'm trying to put something up here in between short films and all that. But I think this is going to wrap things up. Thanks for watching, everybody. And yeah, go out and do a sketch.